My name is Salima Joki Masharia. I work with HAKI Africa, and today we are here to speak into the issue of the immigrant workers still stranded in Saudi, and also to speak into the efforts so far we've undertaken in trying to bring them back home. We are together with the family member. The other one also is on her way coming. And she'll introduce herself and also share as a family what that has done to them and how the journey has been. So karibuni na asante.
Namsalimu nyote hamjambo. Kwa majina ni Lea Wamboi, hii ni Easter ya Mary, na alienda Saudi February na akakaa huko kufikia mwezi wa 6, akatuambia hawaelewani na mwajiri wake, hata kurudi nyumbani. Tumekuwa tukifuatilia na tukipigia maagent wamshughulikie, na ikafika mahali mwajiri wake akamchapa, na katika field call ukimwangalia tukaona hayuko hali mzuri, na tukawapigia na tukachukua hatua, tukakuja huku wakatueleza watashughulika. Wakati tuliona kama hawashughuliki, tukaenda kwa NEA na wakatuambia tuandike barua, na tukaandika barua. Tulipoandika barua wakatuambia watafuatilia, na tumemaliza kama 1 month, tukipiga simu hatuna information yoyote kuhusu yeye. So ndio tukaamua kukuja HAKI Africa kutafuta usaidizi, na tunataka tu mtoto wetu arudi nyumbani juu kutoka mwezi wa 6 anataka kurudi na hajarudi.
Nafikiri maybe mmeweza kusikia kwa kiufupi familia ya Mary wamezungumza, na pia sisi kama shirika ni cases ambazo, na najua nyinyi wote ambaye mmekuwa mkija hapa mmekuwa mkisikia hizi cases zinazidi kuongezeka kila siku. Na kwanza kama shirika tunataka kushukuru the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, angalau wamejaribu kuzungumza na sisi na kutuelezea pia changamoto ambazo wako nazo. Steps ambazo tumejaribu kuchukua kama shirika, because najua wengine wanauliza tumefanya nini. Tumetembelea National Employment Authority, tumewaandikia email, tumewapatia hizi cases, tumepigia agents ambayo wako concerned na hizi cases, lakini bado hatujasikia ripoti nzuri kuhusu hizi cases. La pili pia tuliona pia ripoti ambayo imetolewa kuwa Wakenya wengi, I think 89 Kenyans wamekufa Saudia, na tunaambiwa kuwa wamekufa kwa sababu ya cardiac arrest. So tunauliza serikali, wanasubiri pia hawa ambao wako stranded in Saudia pia waje wakiwa in coffins. I mean, for how long will we wait for Kenyans to die ndio pia waweze kufanya jambo? Parliament pia wana jukumu, na najua ilikuwa pendekezo kuwa waseme wa Kenya wasiende tena Gulf mpaka measures, protection and safety measures ziwekwe into place. So sisi leo kama HAKI Africa tunasema that should be immediately. The other thing that we are also saying is the Saudi Arabian Embassy ifungwe, haisaidii Wakenya, because Wakenya wanaumia. Kenyans are crying. They're coming to us to seek for help. Where else, it's the government's duty to protect its citizen. So we're just calling on the government to disband the embassy in Saudi and also the parliament to stop Kenyans going to the Gulf, because one life is so many. Hatuwezi ngoja tena Mkenya mwingine auawe ndio serikali ya Kenya ama serikali ya Uhuru ifanye jambo. So that is our call today. Asante.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any measures the government have put, or maybe I don't know who should HAKI Africa or the government, on the crackdown maybe of the agencies, because they don't go there by themselves, they are taken by agencies, and then after all we get them that they are being mistreated over there.
Actually, that is a discussion we had with NEA, because they're the ones to check on the agencies. Surprisingly, these agencies, if you go to their offices, they are not quacks. They're people with legitimate papers, registration papers. But what we've not gathered is the rogue agencies that are taking Kenyans to the Gulf countries, what's happening to them. We've not heard. And I can tell you for free, because I'm the one who will, once we receive the cases to from the family, we'll call these agencies. They are very rude, very rude, very rude. Because wanatuambia wao Wakenya walitaka kwenda Saudia, so sisi tuwafanye nini? You see, it stops at ya kwao, it stops at wakiwapeleka, which should be they should have a mechanism. Wakishaenda, if they want to come back, then there should be mechanisms for them to be brought back in the country. I mean, like you and I, if you're employed and you feel dissatisfied with your employer, I think you're at liberty to terminate the contract. But that is not happening.
And is there any measure maybe to sensitize or create awareness to the common mwananchi? You know, they don't go out of wish. All of the stories that we have covered is some are desperate.
True.
Now, because these other measures are not working, is there any other measure maybe to go down to that mwananchi and tell them, please don't go even via an agent until maybe the government have done something about it?
That's an interesting question. And I think you and I know, because we're Kenyans, why maybe they try to go to the Gulf. It's because maybe we don't have enough jobs in the country. And actually, our position as an organization is this. If those jobs zilikuwa wamekewa mechanisms of protection in place, then actually we encourage that. Because ukiona Wakenya waendi Gulf peke yake, Kenyans are also going to other countries. But the only places where we are hearing of these violations are only in the Gulf. So ya kwanza ni serikali yeke mikakati kwa nchi ya kupatia Wakenya kazi. Kama haiwezi patia Wakenya kazi, then yeke mikakati wherever they are going. Unaonaga nchi zingine, if their citizens are here, there are mechanisms, safety protection measures in place. So the same way, hata Kenyans wakienda kutafuta ajira nchi za nje, kuna mikakati imewekwa ndio wasiende kule kudhulumiwa. So that is basically what we are saying. We are not saying people should not, but we are saying people should be given enough information so that they can make that choice, whether to go or not to go, so that they are not lured into going.
My name is Unya Tino. I have a question. So far, how many cases have you received here concerning the Kenyans going to Saudi and they are not coming back?
So far, actually, I can say the cases that we presented to NEA, that is last month, were 10 cases. And nothing has been acted upon. And that is only from the Nairobi office. If I were to give you statistics from our headquarters, then there'll be many, which maybe for right now I don't have. But from the Nairobi office, we've presented 10 cases to NEA.
If maybe you can look at the statistics.
Yeah.
Is there an increase in the number of people going to Saudi, or there's a decrease?
I think there's an increase, and that has been brought about by COVID, because also internally in the country, people lost jobs. So during this COVID period, the numbers have shot high, and these are now cases coming to us. When we started this office, we were not handling such cases. But all of a sudden, around June, July, they escalated. So zimekuwa ni cases zinakuja kwa ofisi like on a daily basis.
Okay, I came in late, but my question is, do we have, apart from now the cases of violation of human rights to those who have traveled to the Gulf, do we have maybe cases of people who have succeeded there?
We do, yes. We even people who've come and they've given their testimonies that yes, they went and they were successful and they invested back home. So we have. And actually that should be the ideal. We should not be having people reporting that they've been violated in Saudi. That should be the ideal case.
Okay, the final one is about the agencies
who
normally facilitate people to go to those places. Do we have a list of agencies whereby maybe Kenyans are told, if you don't go through maybe this specific agency, it's supposed. Do we have such agencies which are genuine, or we just have people just going out?
What I can tell you is we have the names and the contacts of the agencies that have complaints from the victims. Yes. Registered in the country. And we've also visited some of their offices. Yeah. Sawa?
My name is Bernard.
Yes.
From Medium. And maybe apart from HAKI Africa, apart from maybe coming out to criticize or to highlight what is happening, maybe have you taken the initiative to create awareness to the Kenyans on the procedure, maybe it's going to be safe? Because I understand the government has put in place the policies that when you want to seek for job outside the country, for you to be safe, we do this. Maybe have you done the awareness, or it's not in your line of mission? Then, do you have the number of how many Kenyans are in those areas that are, and why is Saudi Arabia only? Because we hear cases about Saudi Arabia. We have people who are in Qatar.
Yes.
And we have not heard about those issues. Why Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Yes.
About awareness, actually even this is just also to challenge you guys, because the media people, you also have a role to play in this. It's not only with the NGOs, because your other role also is to sensitize Kenyans on what is happening. So that is another medium that we can use with you people. People can read, people can hear, people can see what is happening. But also in our other undertakings, in forums that we normally have, we talk to them. And actually, we don't tell them don't to go. We give them information. You know, once you give someone information, it is their discretion to decide. Because ukisema haukuambiwa na ulisikia, so unajua pia inakuwa ni tatizo. So we try to sensitize them. And actually, if you guys watched some time back, we were in Gesha, and we talked to the girls who were there. There were around 200 to 300 in a home, and they were still willing to go. So what we basically do is just give you the information. So at that point, and then also encourage you to read your contract before leaving the country. Because again, wanafungwa kwa sababu hizo contracts. Wengine wao hawasomi because of the excitement, maybe they wamepata kazi nje. Wengine wao hata because the other incentive also can be because they're not paying anything to go. Everything is facilitated. So them is just, they're looking at greener pastures on the other side. So maybe to kuhimiza that before leaving the country, just get to know in the event something happens, what are the recourse measures that unaweza fall back to. Because ukiangalia hizo contracts, we've read the contract. Zingine as stipulate maybe ukitaka kurudi Kenya, how you come back to Kenya, or who pays for your airfare. So it's something that pia tunawa encourage. If you get into an agreement, ukifika there, then please talk to your employer that next of kin, unaweza pata namba ya simu, you can talk to your family back home, you know, those specials. So tunajaribu na tunawahimiza, but pia kumbuka Kenyans, free will. Ukipata information, what do you do with that information?
Why Saudi Arabia?
Why Saudi Arabia is something that we are also trying to analyze, but I think the first thing nilisema, the first incentive na motivation kwao, it's because hawalipi chochote. Wewe unaambiwa to present, bring your documents, go for medicals. If you're cleared of the medicals, everything is processed, you get yourself to Saudia. Haikuji na gharama, na kama mtu ambaye hana namna ya kila siku apate kitu kama hiyo, I mean, the first thought itakuwa nimeenda kupata kazi na nimeenda kupata kazi ya nje, you know, abroad, ambaye mimi mwenyewe sijalipia, na ni mshahara ambaye ni consistent, ni kitu inakuja iko guaranteed every month. So hiyo ni incentive moja na motivation moja kwa nini wanaenda.
No, I have a specific question.
Yes.
People or those workers who are seeking job in Qatar.
Yeah.
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 Kuna wenye wanaenda Qatar, hizo nchi za Gulf.
Yeah.
Na hatujasikia cases za watu wamedhulumiwa ama kuuawa na hizo nchi kama Qatar ama nyingine, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nataka kujua hao wenye mmeongea na wao, ni nini inasababisha that wengi wanadhulumiwa Saudi than other countries?
Nafikiri kwa utafiti ule tofauti ya wale wanaenda Qatar, kazi zile pia wanaenda kufanya ni tofauti, ni za skilled. Hawa wengine wao wakienda Saudia ni kazi za nyumba, so hiyo I need skills. Wanafanywa tu training hapa Kenya, alafu wanaenda kwa wajakazi. But Qatar, ukiangalia wale wengi wanaenda Qatar ni watu ambao wako na courses zao za mikono, maybe madereva, truck drivers, kufanya kazi kwa customer care services in Qatar. So hapo ndio kuna kwa na tofauti. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I guess we addressed it, but I just have to ask. You, in your press invite, you mentioned about the closure of the embassy in Saudi. Is that the solution, closing them?
Temporarily be the solution kwa sababu haisaidi until they put proper protection and safety measures in place ndio wa embark kufanya kazi, kwa sababu even the Kenyans, the first thing actually when a Kenyan ana to reach, tunamuuliza ni mikakati gani, okay, what have you done so far? Atakwambia ameongea na agent wake, maybe ameongea na familia ameongea na the guy in charge huko kwa Saudi Arabian Embassy, and then wamekwambia nini? Like maybe in her case wametuambia tuongoje. For how long? Hawapati time frame. Na wengine wao mahali wako wakituambia they are in some houses ambaye hata kupewa food wanajigaramia. Unaona? So wao wakisema Saudi Arabian Embassy haiwasaidii na wako kwa shida, inakuwa ni changamoto. Because I don't know if Leah spoke about it. They lost their mom. But Mary didn't have a chance to come home. Kwa sababu wakati aliongea na embassy hawakumsaidia. The same thing with Brady. Brady lost her dad. Already washazikwa. Bado hawajarudi nyumbani. They're still stranded. Wanaambiwa wait for your exit permit. Wait for your exit permit. Wait for your exit permit. When we ask them kwa sheria nasema how long do you need to wait? Wanasema 1 to 2 weeks. These are people who wamekuwa huko for the last 6 months stuck. So if the embassy was really working, to be honest, do you have to wait for 6 months to come back to your country? It's a question that we're also asking.
Yeah. Just kama lema niulize tu. Nini kama HAKI Africa? Have you ever tried to go huko? Muone how things are practical, yani face to face.
Wapi Saudia?
Yes.
Tumejiuliza hilo swali. Tukasema think sasa mali imefika tunafaa kujipeleka so that we also talk from their shoes, because hizi ni news ambazo zinatufikia. Na pia tulikuwa pia na wazo lingine, we put up a human rights desk huko, so that if there are cases of violations for our Kenyans, then they can reach out to our desk in Saudi Arabia. So it's something that actually we are thinking and we're contemplating. So it is in the pipeline. Yeah.